So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make some marks here with this invisible pen, just halfway in between this seam and that seam. Just a little dot, just a reference point. So flip my ruler, kind of eyeball that up here so it's a 1/4 inch. And then again, there's the dot there, so I'm going to stitch under there. So that's the first part of the design. The next part is I need to do this little loop in here. So again, I'm just going to make a dot. I'm just centering in between these two marks and up a little bit. So that'll give me a reference point. I'm going to stitch down to that. And I decided to do this instead of going all the way down here and going all the way down again, because otherwise this middle intersection gets too thick with thread. So that's why I stopped 1 inch in from the center. Now I'm going to go down to the center. And then up the side. And I'm going to make that loop in the middle by the dot I just made. Okay, so there's the design. Now we're going to do the little filler on the outside. I'm going to turn my speed down because I'm going to be going slower, so I need my stitches to be consistent. So now I'm back at the beginning where I started, and I only had one start and stop for my thread. So there's the design. I'm going to show you how I do my feathering, but I'm going to finish up what I just did here. I stitched in the ditch right in here, and then I'm using this ruler by the Gadget Girls. It's my favorite one. I'm using the reference marks on it to create just some straight line quilting in here. I'm just kind of eyeing where I stop right here. And then this one has a seam, and so that's kind of my guide for where I stop on that one. Okay, so this is, I'm going to start with the circle, and I'm just going to eyeball where the circle goes, just kind of center it. And once I'm set, so I made my circle. Now I'm going to do the feathers on the outside. And when you start your first feather, this is the hook feather. I'm going to go down pretty far. That way, when I come around with my last feather, it connects without being too noticeable. I want to stop here to show you, okay, I have this much distance. I could do one big feather loop here, or I could do two small. I think I'm going to go ahead and do two small. Okay, now for the center, I'm going to take my marker here, invisible, and just do a dot, just to kind of give me a guideline for where the center of the circle is. And again, with this feather petal, I want to go down pretty far. That way when I go to connect it, it's not noticeable. And that's it. So that's how I do my feathering, hook feather. And those are the two main designs I'm doing on this quilt, along with stitching in the ditch and some straight line work along here, which I'm using this ruler and the guidelines on it to do that stitching there. And just repeated designs throughout the whole quilt. And okay, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.